What's going on, Jet fans? It's your boy Lou Grizzly, and you are tuned in to the Jet City Podcast, where the New York Jets reign supreme. Now, today I want to break down my position on the AFC East ranking. I want to tell you where I feel like the Jets place among their AFC rivals. So I'm going to go team by team and kind of give you my ideas, my thought process, and where I feel like they rank offensively and defensively, and then compare them as a whole, compare them all to the New York Jets at the end of the video. If you guys want to figure out, skip right to the end, so be it. But please, guys, like and subscribe to my channel. It means a whole lot to me. Obviously, you guys know I'm a newer channel, and this, growth is everything if I really want to stick around. So if you like the content and you want to support it, guys, go ahead and like. If you agree with my opinion or disagree with my opinion, obviously let's mix it up in the comment section, and let's make it happen. All right. So without further ado, let's jump right into our AFC rivals, the Buffalo Bills. All right, let's get into the Buffalo Bills offense. Listen. The Buffalo Bills are going to look quite different this year, not just because Stephon Diggs left and Gabe Davis left, right? Because Joe Brady's going to come in, and he is going to use a more methodical, strategic approach as opposed to that risk it to get the biscuit. You know what I'm saying? Players like James Cook and the rest of this running back room are just going to wear down defenses. While yard after the catch guys like Curtis Samuel and Khalil Shakir will add those great yards after the catch. And then you got Big Funny, Keon Coleman on the outside. You combine that with Josh Allen's ability to extend plays and a strong offensive line. This shouldn't just be a low-key threat offense. This is one that should be respected. We haven't even talked about Dawson Knox and Kincaid, who are also going to have crazy critical roles on this offense and are studs. If we're talking about Joe Brady's style of offense, like this would be it. And considering his success as an offensive coordinator that earned him a head coaching job, I don't know, guys. Many people they'll think this is a weakness. They'll see this offensive change as a weakness. I see it as a strength, and for that reason, I'm gonna have to rank them at that 10 spot. I think that they will probably finish anywhere from 8 to 12 in that range offensively. So I'm going to give them the 10 spot. If you add that with the fact that they have a great defense, it's scary. Well, let's talk about that defense. The Buffalo Bills defense has seen changes. Losing Tre'Davious White, Jordan Poyer, and Micah Hyde, I think they take a hit, but I don't think that they lose much because, listen, they found success without them, and I think that's why they were able to let them walk away. When you got players like Von Miller and Matt Milano coming back, adding that veteran leadership is a big deal for this Buffalo Bills defense. And then you got DBs like Rasul Douglas, man, who've really succeeded last year. I think it's safe to say that this team is definitely on a high, very confident. They're in good shape. Now, under Sean McDermott and Bobby B, I think this defense is gonna excel. They can get after the passer and still be able and shut you down in the secondary in some capacity. I think you gotta put respect on the Buffalo Bills defense name and put them similar to the offense and saying that they're gonna be a top 10 offense. At the end of the day, I feel like the New York Jets versus the Buffalo Bills is such a great matchup. I think they're so evenly matched. I'd like to see the New York Jets play the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo early on. I think that our best bet is to be in Buffalo at a kind of an even playing field. It's already worse that we got to deal with their fans. If the weather is right, if something that we're used to, something that we're comfortable playing in, I would say let's play in Buffalo early, get that out the way. Maybe take advantage of a new offense, new players, and hope that we can catch Josh Allen kind of getting used to everything. So playing early would be great in Buffalo, get that out the way, win that game, hopefully, and then play in New York, right? Play in New York towards the end of the year. Hopefully at that point we have momentum, and we might be able to pull the 2-0. We might be able to pull 2-0, but I think it's a stretch. I would say the New York Jets and the Buffalo finish 1-1. And the reason being is because it is going to be like fighting the man in the mirror. You know, it's going to be that gritty 12-round fight that, Goku versus Vegeta type high powered, just a gritty fight. And I'm excited about that. I think that right now the Buffalo Bills are the champions in our division, and there's no taking that from them. They deserve that, rightfully so. They earned that. And that was in part to Joe Brady. Big time. He kind of changed that whole identity of that offense. That's why I still think they're going to be so successful this year. But I do think the New York Jets will be on par and will be able to compete. So I have the Jets and Buffalo 1-1. Hopefully we play Buffalo early and they come to our house later on in the year while momentum is in our side. 1-1 against the Buffalo Bills this year. Let's go to Miami. We're talking about the Miami Dolphins, right? Solid team. A lot of changes going on. We want to start off with the Miami Dolphins defense. Let's break that Miami Dolphins defense down. They definitely face a lot of challenges in 2024 with Bradley Chubb and Jalen Phillips recovering from injury. They more than likely won't be ready early on, right? Plus, they lost Christian Wilkins. So that's only just makes the concerns that much higher. But with that being said, they added Poyer via the Buffalo Bills and Shaq Barrett. That should help. I really don't like who they drafted in Chop Robinson. He's got tons of upside, but he lacks so much polish and productivity. So we really got to see what he can contribute. Overall, I think the Dolphins defense is a big question mark for me. And it will be hard for them to improve, especially dealing with a new defensive coordinator now, for them to really improve from where they were last year, right? And if anything, they're really going to take a step back, especially early on in the year. So early in the year, I have them somewhere in the 20s defensively. But once they get rolling, once everything gets going, I would say defensively, they will be somewhere in that 15 to 20 spot once everything starts to gel defensively. But, with that being said, who needs a great defense when your offense is absolutely insane? We're going to go to the offense. This Miami Dolphins offense led by Tua, that consists of the Cheetah Core. You got Tyreek Hill, you got Jalen Waddle, you got Malik Washington just drafted, and Odell Beckham. These four are unfair, and not to mention Tua is playing on a contract year, so he's motivated to play as high as ever, right? Then you add Mostert. In the running back room, you had Mostert, A-Chain, and Jalen Wright. That's a solid 1-2-3, man. That's a scary 1-2-3. This is definitely one of the top units in the league. But if you remember last year, they did struggle towards the end of the season, being unable to put points on the board as they were doing earlier on in the season against top tier defenses like the Kansas City Chiefs, right? I think it's hard really to put a finger on for me because I'm not really a Miami Dolphins fan, what was lacking. But I know for me, the Miami Dolphins offensive line seems to be the weakness. If this offense can protect Tua the way that it needs to, I don't know why they wouldn't be a top 5 offense. If they fail to protect Tua and Tua is just forced to throw the ball up or lean heavily on the run game, then I could see them falling more or less from that 5 to 10 range. So for the sake of this video, I'm going to put them squarely at the 5 spot with the thought process that kind of gives them, if their offense plays well, they should be under 5. If their offense plays poorly, they should be over 5. You know what I'm saying? But still, with as much talent as this team has, and I'm probably missing a name, with as much talent as this team has, there's no reason why they shouldn't finish at a high level, at a top spot. And with that being said, I think for me, facing the Miami Dolphins, I'd rather face the Miami Dolphins if the Jets are good. If the Jets can get to 2-0 against Miami, it's going to be early on in the season, before that defense gets time to click, before that defense gets time to gel and get fully healthy. If the Jets can face off against Miami early on this season, if we can get Miami like week 3, week 7, if we can get that combination, I think the New York Jets could absolutely do a 2-0 against the Dolphins, right? And I think the longer we wait, when that Miami game shows up at the end of the season in Miami, temperature-wise, weather-wise, yeah, beautiful thing. But when that at that point, this team would have been healthy. And we don't know what shape the Jets will be in health-wise, but at that point, this team will have gelled and have figured themselves out defensively. So for me, Miami Dolphins, I hope we play them early on. I feel like we get a 2-0 if we play them early. If we have to extend and give them time to gel in center, we're looking at a closer to a 1-1 range. But I believe in the Jets defense, and I think we could stop them. I mean, I think that we can slow them down. This is one of those you can only hope to contain it type of offenses. You know what I'm saying? And that's where we're at with this Miami Dolphins. Now let's go to New England. The New England Patriots, I think it's hard to give these people any compliments, man. It really is. It really is so hard to give this team compliments. But we're gonna have to, if we're being honest in this. I wanted to be honest about every single team. I'm gonna be honest, my opinion about the New England Patriots, in saying that I believe that the New England Patriots defense is among one of the best in the NFL. Now, the reason being is they played last year just like the New York Jets defense did. That was behind a terrible offensive line. A terrible offensive output. The New England Patriots still managed to hold opposing defenses to very minimal rushing yards and passing yards, especially at the end of the year. I think they were 75% stopping opponents on third down. So, that they did good numbers. And that's without Christian Gonzalez. That's without Judon. Those guys are coming back. A lot of people look at the exit of Bill Belichick, and that's unfortunate. But I think the person that's coming and now stepping in his shoes in Gerard Mayo is somebody who's learned from him, somebody who knows how to put that defense, how to put it in play, maybe can tweak it to make it even better. So when you're looking at it from that perspective, I don't see why this Patriots defense should take any steps back. I don't see it at all. And I really think that the Patriots defense this year will be a top 10 unit. I have the New England Patriots defense at number 9, the number 9 spot, ranking them as a solid defense this year. Unfortunately, their offense I can't really be too kind about. I don't really think the same. Let's move on to that offense of theirs. Obviously, this, as we all know, the New England Patriots just were horrible last year. They left their defense out to dry. Mac Jones was unable to do just about anything, and this offense was not able to put points on the board. It was pretty bad. It was very similar, like I've said, to what the Jets went through, and so I know the pain. Offensively, you got basically a whole new team offensively. Gerard Mayo is now trying to find a new identity to this team. He's trying to find what's going to work. What's this offense? How's this offense going to run? You drafted Drake May early on, so I'm have to assume that he is your plan going forward. He is the person you're going to move with. That being the case, I don't really feel like Drake May is ready. He's ready. I don't feel like he's ready yet, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I definitely like the fact that they have drafted Jalen Polk and Javon Baker, give them more options to grow with. They already have some pieces in play, so adding those two guys as far as wide receiver weapons, I feel like is a good look. Basically, just throw as much as stuff on the wall and see what sticks. And, that has to be whatever. That's your approach for year one. I get it. It makes sense to me, But as far as them as a complete offense, I don't see a big jump. I don't see a major change. I definitely think they're going to have their hands full with this division. Even Miami's defense, I think, will probably give them problems, especially with this rookie quarterback. For that reason, unfortunately, the New England defense is in the same situation as last year, because I'm going to rank the Patriots offense somewhere between 25 and 30. With that being said, so let's say for the video about like 27, right? 27. When do I think we should play the Patriots? I'm going to be honest, and this is not me being disrespectful to the Patriots at all. I don't think it really matters. I think the Jets defense is just way too good to let the New England Patriots really do much. And if the Jets can just put some points on the board with this unit, we'll be good to go. So I guess if we're speaking, I guess probably playing them early while the Jets are completely healthy gives us the best way to go 2-0 against them. But I think that no matter what, the Jets will probably have probably an 80% chance of going 2-0 against the Patriots if everything goes away according to plan. So I'm no fear. Now, the moment you guys have all been waiting for: how will the Jets stack up against their AFC East rivals? Defensively, the New York Jets are a top 5 unit. There's no questioning that. They were a top 5 unit last year. We suffered no real losses. If anything, we got slightly better. We'll bringing Kinlaw into the fold. Bringing Hassan Reddick. Yes, we lost Huff, but Hassan Reddick is going to come in. He's more experienced pass rusher. We'll have Will McDonald in the second coming in behind him. We got Jermaine Johnson. This defensive line will get after the quarterback. So if your offensive line falters whatsoever, your quarterback will be taking a long nap on the turf. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Our DBs are shutting people down. Sauce Gardner and DJ Reed, stop it. It ain't happening. Not to mention we got Michael Carter in there who's shutting down your slot guy. Our safeties, young guys. I think the excitement behind Chuck Clark coming and finally getting to see what he can do is very exciting. Tony Adams, I'm excited. Ashton Davis coming back, a huge playmaker for us last year. We're in great shape. We're in great shape. Not to mention our linebacker core, the brain of our offense, the heart and soul is C.J. Mosley. C.J. Mosley's right there with the Pro Bowler. They're both Pro Bowlers, but Quincy Williams. Not to mention guys, it's a beautiful, oh my God. This defense, guys, is always going to make me go nuts. I think every time I talk about them, I get a little overly excited. So for me, I think when you look at the Buffalo Bills offense, Miami offense, yes, they will be able to do some stuff against this Jets defense without a doubt. It is what it is. We can't just stop people altogether. And no matter how good we are, we're still going to let some points happen. It's just the way it is. It's the NFL. We're all pros. They're all professionals. They're all spectacular at what they do. But this Jets defense, I would bet my house that they finish in that top 5. You get what I'm saying? Unfortunately, similar to the Patriots, well, maybe not as severe. It's hard for me offensively to get on the offense side of the ball to get too high. These offseason moves that have happened with Tyron Smith and Morgan Moses and Mike Williams and Malachi Corley and Braylon Allen and John Simpson. All these picks, this whole new offensive game plan, really, it tells me yes, we can definitely be top 10. But I'm not willing to take us from worst to first in one offseason. I did that last year, guys, and I came crashing down. So I'm going to be as real as I can be, even though I'm a lover of the Jets, right? I am excited to see them play, and I do believe that they finish somewhere in the 10 to 15 range. If Aaron Rodgers stays healthy, if this offensive line, if we can stay relatively healthy in this season, there's no reason why the Jets can't finish closer to that 10 spot. If we have to suffer through injuries after injury after injury, we're going to be closer to that 15, 16 spot. And let's be real about it. There's enough skill position players to make this offense work. And the fact that we have Tyrod as a veteran who can kind of somewhat chop up defenses, maybe not at the level that Aaron Rodgers can, but somewhat can, still makes me feel a bit confident, right? It still makes me confident. So with all that being said, I'm going to have to put the Jets offense at about 13, right? They'll probably finish at around 13. I want them to finish in the top 10. I do, but I just got to be realistic. If the Jets can't fix the interior depth in the offensive line, we're going to struggle against the Buffalo Bills. If we have to deal with any injury in that interior, we're going to struggle against every single one of these defensive lines, right? It doesn't matter how great our outside is. We have to protect the middle. We have to protect the inside. So I'm crossing my fingers that we can do that. And if we could do that, there's no doubt in my mind that we'll be able to be closer to the 10 spot. So I have us going against Buffalo Bills, finishing 1-1. The breakdown for me is I'd rather play in Buffalo early on before it gets too frigid, and we have that disadvantage as well, and play in New York later on, so we could take advantage of home field advantage while we have some momentum when it comes to, and then we'll finish 1-1. That's my prediction. When it comes to Miami, I think we can finish 2-0. The sooner that we can play Miami, the better. If we can get Miami earlier on, we can finish 2-0, because that will not give them enough time to get healthy, to get gelled together with a lot of the new pieces that they've added. So I'm going to give us 2-0 against Miami. And against the New England Patriots, again, no slight to the New England Patriots, but all the slight in the world, I'm going to say we're finishing 2-0 no matter the breakdown. No matter what time we play them in the year, I think we're going to be 2-0. I just think our defense is way too strong to have their offense really do much. So with that being said, guys, I think the New York Jets, in my prediction, and where we're ranking and where we stack up in this AFC division, I think the New York Jets finish 5-1. And the only real competition that they face is themselves. So, and the Buffalo Bills. But like I said, playing the Buffalo Bills for the New York Jets this year is going to be like fighting a man in the mirror, because it's going to be quite a game to watch, for real. So I appreciate everybody watching this video. I thank you guys for staying with me if you guys stayed this long. And I hope you guys respect my opinion. Obviously, I want to hear yours, so go ahead and drop it in the comment section, guys. Please like and subscribe my video. Like my video, subscribe to my channel. It's really fun for me to get on here and freestyle and kind of just go with the flow, listen to my music, and just spit and just go off what I know, what I'm feeling. And I hope you guys can appreciate that. So I don't want to keep anybody too much longer. You know what it is. It's JETS, Jets, and it's your boy Louie. I'm out.